They ain't doubt the talent, they fear the outcome. They greased the stairs, told me climb anyway. To the crown of the room, then said on your place. Film scream MVP, but they mute the sound. Bury truth in the dirt, let the lies do round. Draft night felt like a courtroom rig. Evidence clear, but the verdict fixed. Handshake snakes with a smile so wide. Crossed out my name with a permanent line. They scared of a king who can't be controlled. So they sell fake fear like truth got sold. Trying to break my spine before I touch the throne. But pressure only turn cold as stones.
Watch this.
They know.
Facts.
Facts! Woo! Riot lip, they cut the brakes on purpose. Turn the lane to a service. Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Buried alive, but the dirt was worthless. Who really pulled steer? Feel comfy, can't stop this. Still here, still here, still here. NFL pilots is first team refs locked behind steel doors. They feed me crumbs, then ask why I want more. Death chart like a graveyard shit. They bury talent, promote relationships. Coach cold shoulder like I'm bad for the brand. But I read defenses like God's own plan. They want silence, obedience, smile and wait. But I throw truth deep, can't check down fake. Trolls bark loud from a Wi-Fi cage. Throw rocks at a lion still in his cage. They pray I crack, they bet I fall. But I've been training the fight since before the call. Talk heavy, read that, cold blood. Flex! Even harder, they've been cutting the power. Flex! Every minute, every hour. Trying to kill a seed of forward flower. But I grew teeth in the dirt. Divorce. Impossible. Impossible. They tried to drown me. Forgot I was the way. Tried to bury me. Forgot I was the grave. You can't sabotage destiny. I came back different, eyes like war, smile gone mercy, left at the door. They tried to erase me like chalk and rain, but legends get carved, they don't wash away. From backup plans to the main event, they try to stall time, God his sin. Every lie they told built my skin. Now I'm bulletproof, but they ain't within. They wanted obedience, I wanted truth. Now the whole damn league gotta watch me move. Turn sabotage into gasoline, lit the match, now I haunt they dreams. Look now, feel different. Facts. Riot live, they cut the brakes on purpose. Turn the lane to a circus. Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Buried alive, but the dirt was worthless. Who really pulls stands? Made them cut it up power. Sam sudden up power. Every minute, every hour, trying to kill the seed before it flower. Like blue teeth in the get bored.
I know I'm late.
Get bored. I'm standing now. Facts. They try to
They don't know football for real. What's going on? I was cooking some chicken. Mayor, you can stay where you at.
Yeah.
It took longer than I thought. Hey, man, look here. We're going to get on here and get right into it. I know y'all been waiting on me. I ain't mean to keep y'all waiting like that. You know what I'm talking about, but it is what it is. Money, man, and the thing, but you ain't playing no game. Shout out, I already know my name. When I speak that CC Flame, I'm rhyming and always on time. And I'm telling you right now, Toy about to do his thing and about to win this game. And then they about to put the Cleveland Browns up there, pick number 10. And then he ain't got to do nothing but win. In 26 and again. That's what I did right here. Boom. There it is right there. Boom. I'm telling you right now, man. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. A wild comparison. It ain't wild at all. Shedeur is being compared. Hold on now. I got you. Let me zoom out a little more. Got it the wrong way. Shedeur is being compared to Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning. Y'all think I'm joking. I know y'all think I'm joking, but I'm serious. And The proof is in the pudding. And not only is Shedeur getting compared to them legends, I'm about to show y'all the numbers. And he getting compared to players in the league right now. Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, Jared Goff. Just to name a few. I'm just telling you, man. When I thought about this thing and I said, wait a minute. He getting compared to these players? And then NFL legends? And what sparked it was, I was listening to ESPN Cleveland that morning, and they said something, Tony Rizzo and Tony G was talking, and they said something about Peyton Manning. So I went and I looked at Peyton Manning rookie numbers, and I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way Peyton Manning in 1998 as the first overall pick threw an NFL record interceptions for a rookie with 28. He went from 26 to 28 interceptions. 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. Then I continued to look at the rest of his career. This man only threw single-digit interceptions one time. And you telling me Shedeur Sanders getting slandered, abused, accused, manipulated, trolled, enrolled for throwing interceptions. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. But as I kept looking, I seen Peyton Manning, a two-time NFL Super Bowl champion. I don't know how many times MVP, a Hall of Fame quarterback. In his rookie year, he threw 28 interceptions. Shedeur only done played 6 games to this point. Gonna be 7. He only done threw 10 interceptions. So I'm saying, like, why are they keep the trolls and everybody that hates Shedeur, they so bent on these interceptions that he been throwing bad interceptions? A Hall of Famer in his rookie year threw 28 interceptions. I'm like, ain't no way you gonna tell me Shedeur ain't gonna get better. Because Peyton Manning looked like a bust. If you asked in his first year, was Peyton Manning going to be what he was, you would think, nah. So you getting ahead of yourself after even 1 year. Then I went to this guy. His brother. I said, Eli Manning, probably the best Manning out of all the family. And the only reason why I say that is because the 2 Super Bowl rings he got came off the GOAT. The 2 Super Bowl rings Eli Manning got in his career came off of Tom Brady. That's the only man to beat Tom Brady twice and get 2 Super Bowls. Took them. And we all know Tom Brady got 7. So think about Eli Manning if he would have lost both of them games. In one of them Super Bowls, the Patriots was undefeated. They were 16-0 in the Super Bowl, and here come Eli. So I like, he an MVP, should have been in the regular season, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time champion, going to the Hall of Fame. I looked at his numbers in his rookie year. Wow. This is the comp that we were looking for. Eli Manning done played 7 games in his rookie year. Started 7 games. Shedeur about to start 7 games. Are the numbers comparable? Y'all tell me, are the numbers comparable? 40. He played in 9 games. Started 7. Shedeur about to start 7 games. He had 95 completions for 197 attempts, with a 48.2% completion percentage, 1,043 yards, 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Then I go over here, the 12. I'm like, they say 7 game played, but it's really 6.5. 109 completions on 190 attempts, 57.4% completion percentage, 1,289 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Shedeur Sanders about to be Eli Manning. Shedeur Sanders about to be Eli Manning. If and I know y'all think I'm crazy for saying this, but ain't these trolls and these media people that using the EPA and these other stats that saying Shedeur ain't good? Why can't I use the stats to say Shedeur about to be a legend? Because these legend quarterbacks had the same, Eli at least, Peyton Manning through 28. These legends had the same stats in their rookie year as Shedeur Sanders. So you can't tell me I can't use the stats to my advantage, like you using his stats to your advantage when you talking negative. So I'm gonna talk positive about the stats, because you go here talking about he done threw more interceptions and touchdowns. Last time I checked, Eli Manning did too. Is y'all with me? W12 in the chat. Are y'all with me in the chat? W12. Then not only that, y'all say, you said the GOAT. I went to the GOAT. Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl champ. Then I thought about it. I said, Tom Brady didn't play his first year at all. He was a 6th round pick. Shedeur was a 5th round pick. He was the backup quarterback until the starter got hurt. Shedeur was the backup quarterback until the starter got hurt. Can y'all see where I'm going with this? Then, even though this was Tom Brady's 2nd year in the league, he started 14 games. We're looking at 2001 right here. 264 completion, 413 yards, 63.9% completion percentage, 2,843 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Now you tell me if that wasn't a game manager stats right there. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, Shedeur got the advantage. Shedeur got the advantage. Because he got Tom Brady as a mentor. So if Tom Brady always went through the ups and downs, and if y'all ain't watched my video I put out like 2 months ago, I might have to put it back up, where Tom Brady was talking about the development of the quarterback, how teams can't develop a quarterback. And he was talking about how Bill Belichick taught him the defenses that he was going against. And Tom Brady got so good that he won 7 Super Bowls. A 3-peat. Then another 3-peat. Then you leave and win another one on your own. So Shedeur Sanders about to have a career like Tom Brady. Y'all still don't believe. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all don't make no sense here. Y'all ain't with me. Y'all don't believe. Y'all believe all that other foolery about them stats. But when I'm bringing stats to you and comparing them to these legends, y'all don't want to believe that. Y'all don't want to believe that. Then I go to the NFL comparison right now. Did a little research. They got him compared. The primary comparison is Joe Burrow. Why this fits best. Elite pre-snap recognition, calm under pressure, even when protection breaks down, surgical accuracy and short to intermediate throws, confidence plus command of the offense, wins with processing, not raw athleticism. But the biggest difference between the two is Burrow has a slightly quicker release. Shedeur takes more hits, but still stands tall. As we know, Burrow been taking hits because his offensive line is trash too. Recently. But if you telling me Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl in his second year because he was hurt the first one, I dare to believe Shedeur can do it too. But it's going to take what the GM going to do with the offense. Is they going to draft another quarterback or are they going to draft a receiver? Then the second comparison, C.J. Stroud. Pocket discipline, anticipation throws, touch plus timing routes, doesn't panic when things collapse. The difference is Stroud is more explosive downfield passer. Depends on the receivers he got. Shedeur is more conservative and ball secure. I'm telling you. If these quarterbacks can come in the league in their second, third year and solidify their spot in their team, why can't Shedeur do it? Why can't Shedeur do it? If he got the same traits as Joe Burrow and C.J. Stroud, why can't Shedeur come in his second and third year and start dominating this league? If y'all telling me Cleveland Browns have a championship defense, all it's going to take is for a young quarterback that is Shedeur Sanders to get developed in the right offense and have the weapons around them, and then y'all going to the Super Bowl, Cleveland. That's all it's going to take. But you so steady trying to look in the next year's draft, trying to draft the quarterback, keep saying Shedeur ain't it, Shedeur ain't it, Shedeur ain't it, when he started behind the 8 ball. He started off the pool table. He couldn't even get on there. 4th-string quarterback coming out of training camp. And you going to tell me y'all going to draft a quarterback next year and you got to fight all this adversity, all this backstabbing, blackballing, buck-breaking, Kaepernicking, bearing on the depth chart, sabotage, collateral collusion. You mean to tell me he got to go through all that and then ball out in the games? In the games and ball out and getting better every week, and you still don't believe. Why can't Shedeur be just like them two? Then I sat there and did a scouting report. I did a scouting report on Shedeur. He a pro-style pocket passer with advanced processing. 6'2", 215. Lean functional strength, plays bigger than frame. His strengths, football IQ, advanced pre-snap reads, identified pressure and covers rotation. Manipulate defenders with eyes and cadence. Accuracy and ball placement, consistent short to intermediate accuracy, throws receiver open. Strong participation on timing routes. Poise under pressure, calm and collapsing pockets, maintain throwing posture while willing to take hits to complete plays. Leadership toughness, commands huddle and sideline, durable mindset, competitive edge shows late in games. He almost came back and beat the Tennessee Titans by himself. Arm strength, velocity above average, tough, touch, excellent on fade, seams, and crosses. Range, can push the ball vertically when required. Pocket movement. Pocket first quarterback with subtle slides and resets. Functional mobility to extend, not a run first threat, keep eyes downfield while moving. Is this 100? Area for improvement, time on the throw. Time to throw, occasionally hold ball too long. Trust and toughness. Needs quicker check down, discipline at NFL speed. We already see that. But it take the receiver to get open. and they take the line to block. And the play design. Don't nobody want to talk about that. Takes avoidable hits, must learn to live for the next down. Throw the ball away. All script consistency. Best in structure, creative plays can be redefined. He best in the West Coast pro style timing offense. Quarterback friendly system emphasizing rhythm, play action, and protection adjustments. We ain't gonna do not ideal. Pro comparison: Joe Burrow, I just did the CJ Stroud, and then a high end Jared Goff type with more edge. Intangible, son of the Hall of Famer, but earn respect independently. Thrives under scrutiny and adversity. Coachable, detail oriented, confident without panic. The final grade on Shedeur is he an NFL starter with a high ceiling. Year 1 to 2 readiness. Should have got drafted in the early first round, but they got late to early second round, but we already know he fell to the 5th round. Franchise capable QB with proper protection and scheme. Whoo. Hey, got to be proper protection and scheme. I'm telling y'all right now, this what I want to do. That's what I ain't put up. I want to show y'all something. I'll do it with something. I forgot what year it was. I'm about to see it in a minute. When he came out, 21. What year Shedeur graduated? 2020? 22? Let me get it up. Hold on. Here it is. Here it is right here. Boom. Appreciate your art, Crawler. Definitely learned a lot from FM. It's the offense. The offense designed for them check down because they can't move the ball. But I want y'all to see this right here. This should do it. 247 sports profile. This should do a 247 sports profile right here. And I want y'all to see the high school scouting report. Guy did this in 2020. This is what he wrote. In 2020 now, highly productive and a winner with a pair of state champions to his name. Athletic frame, moves well and can extend plays. Does a nice job making the initial pass rusher miss. Doesn't panic and shows poise and calmness in the pocket. Has dual threat ability and can pick up big chunks of yard with his legs, but doesn't take off and run as much as you would expect. Has enough arm strength to get the ball downfield and shows nice touch on his deep ball. Can tighten his release a bit, but has some solid tools that project well to college. Upside is an impact, upper tier Power 5 starter and potential NFL draft pick. Now I want y'all to look real close at this. I want y'all to look real close at this and tell me, what do you see? It's right there in the middle of your screen. Y'all help me out. Anybody, 126 people in here, somebody help me out. What is in the dead middle of your screen? Man, y'all typing slow today, ain't you? type. There it is. A 4th to 7th round pick. Day 3. Man wrote this back in 2020. Wrote it back in 2020 that he was projected to be a 4th to 7th round pick. Remind us of Jacoby Brissett. Listen here. Every last one of them articles, the last year Shedeur was at Colorado, had him in the 1st round. So you mean to tell me they been plotting since 2020? Because he was projected 1st round pick, top 3. At one time, he was 1st overall. Then he became top 2. Then he became top 3. Then he became top 10. Then he became 1st round. Then he became early 2nd round. Then he fell all the way to the 5th round. So you mean to tell me they been had this collateral collusion, this collusion since 2020? Let me show y'all again. Projection, 4th to 7th round pick. They projected Shedeur to be in the 4th round or the 7th round in 2020. Here we is in 2025, and Shedeur went 5th round. So you mean to tell me this reporter, Greg Biggins, knew what he was saying? How did he know he was going to go to Jackson State, ball out, then go to Colorado, ball out, break all over 100 records, then be talked about as a 1st rounder, but projected to be a 4th to 7th rounder? This man, either a guru or the collusion. The collusion been there all along. Because Shedeur was a 4-star. He was a 4-star. So you mean to tell me the NFL came back to his high school report back in 2020 and said, wow, he's projected to be a 4th to a 7th rounder. We're going to make him a 5th rounder. We're going to put him in between those. Man, I tell you this, like, y'all didn't even know this, man. Ain't nobody telling y'all this like I'm telling y'all. Didn't know. Y'all ain't even know that was going on. And I had been seeing it. I just ain't never said nothing. But it got to the point where I was like, dang, bro. And I thought about it, and I remembered I had seen it, and I said, they might have been plotting on Shedeur since day 1. They might have been plotting on Shedeur since day 1. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's all I got to say, man. I'm closing all these tabs. Hold on. What y'all think? User, BJ. Appreciate you. Say more, what's going on? Nisa Guerra. Wow. What did Robinson say? Nah, they sure don't fit it. Well, Shedeur definitely don't fit the narrative of an NFL quarterback. They were saying that from the get-go. from the get-go. Let me go back to where I was on. I done find something out on Twitter, man. I can bookmark stuff.
Time went.
What he's like, hold on. Mr. Brady, what's going on? Dirty work, man. I'm telling you. Narrative and general all over this situation is exhausting. Hey, look. That wasn't making the money. He can't think for himself. I'm telling you. This bull right here, let me tell y'all what that one throw was about, since y'all don't want to talk about it so much. He's learning on the fly what his guys can or cannot do. This about that when Shedeur threw that debacle of an interception. He just threw it up.
Brown just got that big dub over the Steelers, you know what I'm saying? My dog got him a big time win. Shout out to the defense for balling their ass out all game long. And the offense for putting up enough points, because the you know, what the how it go? The team that scored the most points win the game, right? Yeah, the offense scored more points than the other team, so you gotta win. Good team effort. But also, everybody want to hop on the one interception. Let me tell y'all what that's about. I'm not tripping. I think he's going to be fine. That's just a result of playing with Travis Hunter for 3 years straight. You know what I'm saying? When you just used to play with Trav, you know what Trav can do. Because 9 times out of 10, Trav going to track that ball down and come down with that. So he's still learning his receivers. You know what I'm saying? You know, nothing against Judy. Shout out to Judy. Played a good game. But, you know, that's just, you know, when you play with Travis for 3 years, you know, you can buy a little time and do some stuff like that and make a play. But he learning. And he understand and move forward. Okay, well, that's not a ball that I can really just throw to him. But that's cool. I'll do something different next time. You live and you learn. On to the next. You understand me?
We already know Jerry Jeudy a Jag. He ain't a number one. And the only reason why he a number one because he played for the Cleveland Browns. And I told y'all that multiple times, even before all that debacle about him and Shedeur happened on the sideline. And I'm going to keep saying it because everybody don't be here in here at the same time when I say stuff. So I'm telling you right now, I've been called that. But Bull, right, man. When you don't play with Travis Hunter, a Heisman Trophy receiver and corner, the most athletic receiver with ball skills like Travis got, throw it up, he gonna go get it. And if he ain't gonna get it, ain't nobody gonna get it. But not Jerry Jeudy. Not the Jag. He don't, the effort ain't there. When you done went to, you done got pampered, they talking about this about Shedeur, but it ain't Shedeur. It's some of these other players that wasn't in the fame, in the limelight like that. And then, you know, he ain't that pleasing to the eyes anyway. And I don't call folk ugly, but he ain't that pleasing to the eyes anyway. I don't know, his head shape weird. But when you're in high school, you the guy, 5-star, 4-star, whatever he is. Then he went to Alabama, get all the praise in high school. Then you sign for Alabama, you get even more praise. People start talking to you different, saying you're different because you at Bama. Then you go out there and ball out and get drafted. Some of them say he was overdrafted. They probably right. But you start getting that, my coach used to call it prima donna. You get that prima donna attitude where you don't want to get dirty. You don't want to do the extra. You don't want to do the hard work. You don't want to go the extra mile. Because like one of them passes, he could have dived and got it. And the Jag didn't. He ain't even attempt. So, Shedeur, you learn your lesson, big dog. Judah ain't going to get that thing. If it ain't, even if it hit it in the chest, he ain't going to get it. I don't know why Shedeur got too much trust. I don't know why Shedeur thought Jerry Jeudy was going to go get that ball when the ball hit him in the chest and he ain't even want it. It's some people and some players on this team that if they on the team next year, Cam Robinson, I'm going to question what Cleveland attentions really are. We already know billionaire owner, building a new stadium. He want that money. But the win and build a team leading up to getting into that new stadium, you don't want that? You don't want none of that? That's hard to believe. That's real hard to believe. But I don't know, because these folk over there, ridiculous, man. Then y'all new favorite person.
To June for 4 years. Everything's a headline. Everything's a story.
Yeah.
Everything gets blown out of proportion. Everybody has to talk about him. All his teammates have to talk. The coaches ask about him constantly. It is a drain on the organization when you have to behave this way. And the thing with LeBron was he brought all of his own smoke. He created all of his own smoke.
Yeah.
And he ran up a bill from September to April. He ran up a big bill. And then you know what he did?
He paid it
paid
off.
the check
Yeah,
every year in April, May, and June.
He made the juice worth the squeeze.
He made it all worth it. And he made all of the headaches and all of the drama and all of the nonsense that teams have to put up with him for all those months.
Though,
he made it all worth it.
Shedeur doesn't, it's not self-inflicted with Shedeur. This kid is just a model kid.
But it doesn't matter.
I know, it's still there.
When there's a hole in the pool, you still got to fix the hole. To June.
So now we compare Shedeur to LeBron James, an 18-year-old LeBron James, coming into the league, playing with the Cavs for 7 years, in a whole totally different sport that one player can take over the game. In basketball, one player can take over the game and win the game. I literally seen, a lot of y'all probably don't even know unless you live in Cleveland, 2007. Some of y'all probably don't even know. 2007, LeBron James carried a Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals. Carried them on his back. Let me ask y'all this question. Name one other player on the 2007 Cavaliers that went to the NBA Finals. You can't name one but LeBron. You can't name one but LeBron. So comparing the hype around Shedeur to what the hype was around LeBron is buffoonery. Because he a celebrity. LeBron, his own teammate when he got to the team didn't want him until he proved them wrong. But the same time, LeBron was a first overall pick. Shedeur was a 5th round pick. LeBron came in as the savior. Shedeur came in as the 4th string quarterback with no expectations. So the hype and the attention around Shedeur is more about, it ain't about the play on the field. It's more about the clicks and how much money they're going to make because Shedeur is already a celebrity. Like I told y'all, the brand was already built and the NFL had to make a statement to these players that's coming in this league with brands already. Because now the player can have a brand and the NFL ain't created that brand for that player, so they can't maximize or monetize the brand. The NFL can't make no money. That's what I'm saying. The NFL can't make no money from the player brand if he already got a brand before he get to the NFL. Because how you make $20 million before you even get your name get called in the draft? You made $20 million before your name got called in the draft. Then you go to the 5th round, you get signed a contract for $4.6 million over the next 4 years. He making more money off the court, off the field, than he is on the field. Now, you so mad about how Shedeur circus keep following him. Y'all created this. Tell your fellow colleagues, stop putting the mic in front of his face. Stop bringing up everything Shedeur do. Stop trying to create fake headlines and fake narratives about Shedeur. That's all y'all got to do. Stop. You ain't got to talk about Shedeur. You choose to talk about Shedeur. You choose to see what he said, how he reacted, trying to bait him and trap him in the press conference. Y'all doing that. Because he said it ain't no fault of his own. The media doing it. You part of the media. Tell everybody to stop. Why you blaming Shedeur? Because if the Browns can't handle it, last time I checked, they're a professional organization. They have a team of HR. Don't every big-time company got an HR team or HR division? Don't they have multiple people working in that organization? You mean to tell me, like I told y'all when they were interviewing Shedeur at the locker, why are they interviewing a third-string, fourth-string quarterback? Why are the Browns allowing them to come to his locker? Then they stopped it. And you see what else that didn't happen. They didn't let no reporters go to Dylan Gabriel. None at all. But you let them go to Shedeur, then try to bait him and trap him into say something. The man said he was better than every quarterback right now in the league and said he was ready to play. Y'all made that a headline. Then when you came back, he didn't say nothing. Y'all made that a headline. So it ain't Shedeur. Tell the media to stop. If they stop, then you ain't got nothing to talk about. Don't make no sense, man. Don't make no sense. But yeah, he is mad because that EPA, whatever it is, don't make no sense. Where my boy done came out with it. He my boy now.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with a brand new episode of the Daily Grossy. It is
He my boy now.
December 29th. 2026 is almost here. The Browns have one more game left. And Tony, they're on a winning, well, not a winning streak, but a winning, well, I guess a streak. 1-0 in the last one game. Tony, let's first talk about the game yesterday, your overall thoughts from the game.
Sorry, what'd you say? I think Lord people in the building isn't working anymore. People because fact checking them now. Everybody need to fact check. But what I'm saying is you're lying. You done got caught lying. That's what it is. I don't know. He ain't about to have a job, period.
How everything kind of unfolded and all that, you know, your reactions.
Listen, I wasn't surprised with the Browns' effort. I was surprised with the Steelers' effort. I actually think that they lost the game more than the Browns won it. And I give the Browns all the credit in the world. But, you know, the dropped interception for a pick six by Nick Herbert should have been a pick six. And I agree that the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers were overly preoccupied with Myles Garrett to the point where they turned a Hall of Fame quarterback into, I don't know what he looked like most of that game. And even at the end, without DK Metcalf, 3 straight passes, the MVS, right in Denzel's wheelhouse. If I'm a Steeler fan, I'm really upset about what I saw yesterday. Browns fans can be proud, but I think the Steelers lost the game more than the Browns won it.
Well, and then, Tony.
Get it out now, Tony. Amber Fudd.
Sad about what I saw yesterday. Browns fans can be proud, but I think the Steelers lost the game more than the Browns won it.
Well, and then, Tony, obviously Myles after the game was like, yeah, they were more preoccupied with me than winning the game. But that was my reaction watching it. They weren't even really running a real offense. They were like, Aaron Rodgers literally just didn't want to be sacked by Myles Garrett. Like, I get you don't want to be in the record books, but they could miss the playoffs now. They could lose next Sunday.
Oh, for sure. Now I think Mike Tomlin's post-game comments, I agree with. They played pretty much the same way in Pittsburgh, but he had DK Metcalf, to turn a short pass into a long gain. And it looked like that Rodgers was just handcuffed, and he was so frustrated throughout that second half in particular. So they had very little weapon. And the key, of course, was the Browns at least containing the Pittsburgh running game.
Yeah.
And I also thought there was a big key was getting that 10-0 lead for the Browns, forcing Rodgers to pass. And they did the same thing that I complained about the Browns, a little 10-0 deficit, and they forget about their running game for the most part.
Yeah, a very, very weird game from that dynamic. All right, Tony, let's talk about from the Browns side. Obviously, a win changes things, I would say. I think that's a fair thing to say, just based on how the Browns went from, if they lost that game, they would have been in the top 2 spot to draft. Now they're at the 6th spot. They're guaranteed a top 7 pick. So it really kind of changed the outlook of the draft. What are your thoughts on Shedeur's game yesterday? He obviously had the 2 picks. One probably not his fault. One was a bad throw. He had the touchdown to Fan and had a really good first half. What are your thoughts on his game yesterday and kind of what that win means for Shedeur? Because it seems like a lot.
No, yeah, it sure feels like a lot. I mean, it probably increases the chances of the Browns committing a little bit more to Shedeur next year as the starting quarterback because of the cost of moving up now to get one of the top 2 quarterbacks. And if we assume.
Wow, Tony. Wow, Tony. And we're going to listen to Tony Rizzo in a minute, what he said about that. But why I got to pause, this is what he's talking about. This is what he's talking about right here. So this is the NFL draft order for 2026 right at this moment. As y'all can see who is number 1, Las Vegas Raiders. Then you got New York Giants, Jets, Tennessee, Arizona, Cleveland, and number 6. I told y'all. I told y'all the race for the number 1 pick was on. But Cleveland and I guess Myles Garrett and the rest of them players, along with Shedeur, they said we are tired of losing. We don't care about no draft pick. We want to win, and that's exactly what they did. And it moved them from 2 or at least 3 to 6. It went from 2 to 6, 3 to 6. That's how many spots one game will win. Now, if they win again, which is a high possibility, they're going to get back even deeper in the top 10, maybe even out of the top 10. I'm just saying. They're going to be something to keep in mind, but at the same time, I don't know what Cleveland going to do in the draft. Because they could, like they about to say or explain, they could trade both of them picks and move up to number 6. I mean, move up to number 2 and take a quarterback. They'll be pick number 8 still. They be in the top 10 then. Yeah, I know Giants and Tennessee not drafting a quarterback, but then you know what Jets and the Raiders are. That's why they about to tell y'all they might need to leapfrog the Jets if they looking to draft a quarterback, and they will have to trade both of these first-round picks and probably another one just to move up to take Dante Moore or Mendoza, whoever the Raiders don't draft, which is ridiculous.
Soon Dante Moore is coming out. You're not going to get him beyond number 2. So that was the one thing in Shedeur's hands that he could control was.
And he said that. We talked about it. He said, I got to win some games.
And he did. I would have loved to seen this. I would have loved to seen Herbig make the pick 6 and force Shedeur to come back and see how he would have reacted. Because what would that have made it? A tie game or?
That would have made it 10-10 at the pick 6. Would have made it 10-10.
All right.
But there was a drive where Rodgers, they were down 4. They could have scored a touchdown and taken the lead in the second half. So there were moments like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And hats off to the defense. They forced 3 turnovers on downs, really, on 4th downs. And then Chris Boswell missed the field goal. So that's why I say that the Steelers kind of lost that game. But I would have loved to seen, I think it would have shown us given Shedeur another opportunity to grow in a high pressure, intense game against your rival.
Yeah.
Go against a Hall of Fame quarterback needing to score to win.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen, and he got the win otherwise.
What do you, so you mentioned it, like the likelihood now goes up of them building around Shedeur. Like, obviously, the front office and whoever's, let me take a step back. What do you think now is kind of the timeline of what's next for the Browns in this kind of phase of where they are with a later draft pick and probably not going to be able to be in the range for a top quarterback? Because, Tony, before they decide if Shedeur's going to be the guy, we got to know who's coaching him or making those decisions, right?
Yeah. So those are the prominent decisions to make first. What kind of leadership are you going to go into the 2026 offseason with? You're going to have a new coach, a new GM, or, as Rizzo said this morning, half-ass it and make one change, but not both changes. And you know, how much empowerment are you going to give if you change coaches? Would that coach, how much say-so does he have on what to do at the quarterback position? So we can't answer those, no matter what Shedeur does in Cincinnati in Game 6-17.
Hold on, let me stop there, because I'm reading y'all comment. Y'all got me intrigued about this. Where they say that at? Where they say that at? Where they say that at? Yeah, right. They said they gonna have the quarterback trucker. He coming back. Where they say that at? Where you say that at? Game day? Ian Rappaport. Hold on. So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me you traded? You traded back in the first round to draft Jackson Dart because the coach you fired wanted Jackson Dart. So then you fired him anyway because you wanted Shedeur when y'all could have just drafted Shedeur and fired the coach? I don't know. They talking about drafting Mendoza? Let me tell y'all that right here, because y'all just threw something in my head with that. Look here. The Jets would be smart to trade for Shedeur. Because the reason why I say that is they need a quarterback, right? Shedeur, but what I'm saying is Shedeur gonna be the guy. It ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts. On any other team in the NFL, the Jets, the Raiders, as far as we know, Shedeur would be the guy if they trade for him. They would believe in Shedeur Sanders being their starter moving forward. Because the Jets are loaded with draft picks. That would make even more sense for the Jets to trade for Shedeur, keep their second overall pick or third overall pick or trade back to get some more picks and build around Shedeur. Where you see that at? Cause you know I got to do a video on that. You done met me up. Yeah, see, y'all always be telling me something and messing my. I had my stuff laid out how I was gonna do it. Then y'all got me messed up. There it is. It's in the Reddit. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at. I'm gonna let that capital go. Hey, at Jimmy Haslam. Let me go. Hold on. And now y'all done threw me off with that. Now I'm doing this. See, did normally what I do off live. This ain't him. Who it did? There you was right now. Hold on. I can't read anything y'all saying. Hold on. When he said it yesterday? Man, look y'all. 420, you right. For the draft. Hold on. They said remain with the team. Y'all gotta send me link, man. Y'all got me looking for that. Trading out of option. Why you saying that, Don? Paying in $150 to $200 million way of work. He can get that on any team. Style. I told y'all. I said I hope D boy play well. He take them concussions. Jackson Dart, Bama, he running like all weird with the disparate guard for his life. I don't have to look that up. The Jet They ain't trading none of them. Shedeur the odd man out. I always been the odd man out. They ain't trading none of them other. I had to look for that.
The truth is, of course he didn't. Of course he hasn't done. I'm going to keep it real. Here's the truth. The truth is, of course he didn't. Of course he hasn't done enough to change the quarterback plans. In my opinion, I said last week, I'm not sure about Shedeur Sanders. I'm not sure if he's good enough. And what am I going to say today? The same thing.
So
I'm not sure. I haven't changed my mind. The first 20 minutes of the game, roughly, the first two drives.
Incredible.
And then the
scripted plays.
If you include the first two passes of the third possession, he was like 10 of 11 for 120 yards. And they were running the ball, a little bit in that first 20 minutes. From that point on, the offense was horrendous. The offense literally did nothing the rest of the game.
Yeah,
no passing, no quarter. There was nothing. The offense did nothing. So the
Fannin got hurt. He is the offense. Harry Fannin Jr. got hurt. Of course, the offense ain't gonna do nothing. Quinshawn out, Fannin out. Them were the two workhorses. So you telling me Jerry Judy gonna step up? I don't care that how many ever balls he caught. The man disappeared more than he reappeared. So don't tell me the offense didn't do nothing because there wasn't nobody out there to do nothing. Njoku hurt, Fannin hurt, Quinshawn hurt. Shedeur had to throw to his practice squad hungry dog tight end to get a first down.
Browns didn't win that game because of Shedeur Sanders. We know that. Just like they didn't lose the game against Tennessee. I took no credit away from him because they lost, because it had nothing to do with him. And I'm not giving him extra credit for the win because he didn't do much. He did some. He was part of the reason they won. He was part of it. But I'm not going to say, like, he put them on their back. I mean, come on.
It was the defense.
It was the defense that won this.
He did put them on the back in Tennessee because the defense couldn't stop nobody. Shedeur brought Cleveland back and should have won the game.
This game and the Steelers' pathetic game plan. We'll get to that later, how embarrassing that was. But the truth about Shedeur Sanders, and there's so little of it right now, is that we don't know. To me, if you're saying he's a certain top, even 15 quarterback, you're out of your mind. And even though some of the analytics say there's no he's terrible, everything has to be taken into account. And all the numbers are part of the process. It's part of the process. There are games of when I look at Shedeur Sanders, I see parts of his game that I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. There's talent. There's some talent there. I think he has some potential. I'm not sure how high the potential is. And there's other parts of his game where I'm like, that's not good. This is these interceptions are horrible. Yeah. Those two interceptions were, too hideous, especially the toss-up that ended up being the one that actually was an interception.
Yeah, that's
one of the worst throws I've ever seen.
I don't know what he was.
And so, and I again,
tantalizingly interesting.
That's it. I'm interested, but if the Browns before this game, if the Browns were saying, I don't know, which I think most reasonable people are saying, I don't know. And we'll see. Could be, could not be. I don't think it changes your mind.
The only reason why Cleveland's still saying I don't know is because they didn't let Shedeur play. They the ones put themselves in this situation because they wanted to have a fake quarterback competition and dilly around with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, then trade them. Then you're going to waste time, even more time with Dylan Gabriel. I told y'all there were too many games left for Shedeur to start playing because the way they were moving, they didn't want Shedeur to play at all this year. If Dylan Gabriel don't get hurt, we might be what Tony Rizzo said and see Shedeur play in these last 4 games. But luckily, he got in before that because Dylan Gabriel got hurt. If Dylan Gabriel don't get hurt, I don't know. But that's the reason why you don't know about Shedeur because he didn't get the same amount of game as Tyler Show, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart. from what y'all saying, the Giants don't know about Jackson Dart. So, and they play more games than Shedeur. And Shedeur just about to have one more game more than Dylan Gabriel. If you want to say it like that, because Dylan Gabriel did get in a blowout loss earlier in the season. So that's why the Cleveland Browns don't know. Because you up here doing a fake quarterback competition and then you wasting time just so you can try to keep Shedeur from playing. So now he don't play it good. Everybody want to keep Shedeur in there, but y'all still don't know. Foolery. Then this is right here what I wanted to show y'all, where y'all threw me off. This right here, this the chart they keep talking about. The quarterback, this EPA, whatever it is. I ain't never heard of this stat. This is what they keep talking about. And y'all see what Shedeur name at. Shedeur has now had 6 straight starts. Here's where he ranks amongst the 40 quarterbacks with at least 200 plays this season by EPA per play and CPOE. Then somebody said, so Brock Purdy is the best quarterback in the NFL? Then they said, brother, are you watching him right now? I'm telling you. This wouldn't mean nothing because Michael Penix ain't played in weeks. I don't understand this stat, man. Per play, passes, rushes, and penalties. I don't understand this. They're like somebody done made up. That's what it looked like. Ridiculous. I done went all the way left. I was supposed to went back to Tony. I have no idea what it is. I don't know. I ain't never heard of that. That ain't got nothing to do with like football, like the X's and O's.
Priced ourselves out of the quarterback market now. So if you want to go up to 1 or 2 to get one of those guys, because I think the way it sits now, I feel like Mendoza and Moore, as long as they declare, they will go 1 and 2. There's so many QB desperate teams in that top 5. It's going to happen.
The Raiders and the Jets are taking a quarterback.
Yes, absolutely. And the Cardinals are right there too. They desperately need one. So if you want to get up there to get a guy, you have to pay. And the price is going to be a premium because now there's a bidding war because you're not the only team that wants to move up. Now, there's a lot of teams that need up to get those guys. So I think if you're a Shedeur person, you like the kid, you want to see what he can do, you want him to be the guy, have an opportunity to start for the Browns next year, this win was huge for that.
The first half today made me feel like even better about not taking a quarterback next year. My stance after last week, where he didn't play very well last week, was like if Mendoza or Moore just fell into your lap and you picked him, I could understand why you did, but I wouldn't be giving up assets for him. Now I've seen enough. And like you said, he's shown improvement. He fixes things. He can play outside of the X and O's. I mean, he had 20 yards. He's, I think, 4 yards away from being the leading rusher for like the 5th week in a row or something like that. He makes people miss in the pocket. He's more athletic than people like to give him credit for. He's not Lamar Jackson back there, but he makes people miss in the pocket. He sheds what would be sacks in the pocket. He's very accurate. Give him a left tackle that should be in the league. Give him a wide receiver that is dynamic and let's see what he can do. So winning this game to me, I love that the Browns won this game because it put them in. Now quarterback is pretty much just, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Hopefully it's out of sight, out of mind. Hopefully. But who knows with this organization? Know what I'm saying? Where would all these stats when Dylan and Flacco was quarterback? All of a sudden, doing all these stats and what if they stay in school like the others? Yeah, don't nobody know. I think Mendoza coming out more. I don't know. He could stay. But I mean, if you get all this hype, I come out. I think it's subjective. Beta bro, you decrease your double good. I can't tell now. Pretty football skill. You right. You right, Bridget. I'm telling you. I ain't never seen this mess. Like, I don't even like people they trying to use anything, like you saying, to discredit them. Anything. Let me hurry up, cause I was supposed to been off.
If you have a head coach who is the play caller, and during the course of the season we're playing and we're not playing up to par, and then all of a sudden we start. If you have a head coach who is the play caller, and during the course of the season we're playing and we're not playing up to par, and then all of a sudden we start losing and we're out the playoffs, and you give up play calling, not once but twice, I feel like you're giving up. Now, I as a player can't go out there and say, coach, we're not winning. I'm only going to catch some of these punts. I'm only going to go in on offense when I know I'm getting the ball. I can't do that. So why should you be able to we can go out there and stop
Now
on
that
us?
you explain it like that, I get that point 100%. For me, I would have just liked to see him, like you, I know, evolve a little bit more. When things aren't working, hey, it's okay to evolve your system to make it work with the players that you have. Instead of putting the players in your system that's not working, evolve your thought process and plays. And it's a copycat league. I want to see us recycle some of these great plays that work for other teams and put them into our system and say, you know what, it's working for us. We got to do this because it's a copycat league and everyone knows it.
I had told y'all this one time before. There was Josh Cribs over there with the dreads, I think, but I don't know who the other guy was. But I found it interesting because I had said that in the beginning of the year. When I told y'all, I said the coaches I was coaching with, you had to adjust to what the players you had on your team. You ain't have the players to run a spread offense. So you got to run a wing team. You ain't got a quarterback that can throw the ball. So you got to run the ball every play and throw it maybe every now and then. You ain't got the defensive lineman to run a 4-4. So now you got to run a 3-3. You ain't got the linebackers to fill the hole. So now you got to move and blitz. You got to adjust to the players you got on your team. Quit trying to fit a player in your scheme when it ain't working. And if you done gave up play calling 2 years in a row, your offense bottom barrel, you messed up Baker Mayfield career in the beginning when he was here. You messed up Deshaun Watson career on the football field, not off the field, on the football field. Now you were trying to sabotage Shedeur. So Kevin Stefanski gonna have 14, 15 quarterbacks and ain't not a damn one work. I showed y'all that tweet when they said Kevin Stefanski gonna have all the different types of quarterbacks. I'm trying to figure out what quarterback do he need. He done had all types of quarterbacks and ain't now one of them work. So the common denominator in the whole situation is Kevin Stefanski and the offensive plays. Because if it ain't worked and it keep not working, what you think the problem is? It ain't Kevin Stefanski. It ain't the offensive plays. If you keep saying that, then you going insane. Because I'm telling you right now, it's so obvious, man. It's so obvious. Players that leave this organization have better careers somewhere else. Baker Mayfield was in this offense with this coaching staff, with this GM. He left, bounced around for a minute, then boom, $100 million contract in Tampa Bay. They got to win, and they in the playoffs. He done had MVP caliber type numbers in Tampa Bay. Deshaun Watson, before he had all that legal trouble and left the Texans, he was top tier quarterback in the league. I know he been hurt over here in Cleveland, but still, when he did play, you ain't see them same flashes. It's only one common denominator. Wow, I mean, Robinson unfound.
Including looking at Fernando Mendoza before they make a decision.
Yeah, I got it up here. Yeah, I got it.
Giants could have the #1 overall pick. Expect them to evaluate all options, including looking at Fernando Mendoza before they make a decision on how they're going to proceed if they have this pick. Giants could have the #1 overall pick. Expect them to evaluate all options, including looking at Fernando Mendoza before they make a decision on how they're going to proceed if they have this pick.
The Giants really did want Shedeur. Interview tape leaked, video coming soon. Because y'all know I was the first one to debunk all that thing. I told y'all, man. I had said something like that too. As far as I remember, I had said something about how the Giants probably really wanted Shedeur. But now it's making sense. I don't want to spill too much. I want y'all to watch my video. Back during the summer, I told y'all the Giants fired their scout. Right after the draft, they fired their scout that supposedly leaked them narratives about Shedeur. They fired him. I showed his face and his name up here. And they said it was surprising that he got fired. Now they done fired the head coach, Dayball. Talking about Shedeur came in there with headphones on and missed the errors in the install. And everybody ran with it. Now the GM still on the Giants, and he's saying if they get the first pick or have the first pick, they're gonna consider taking a quarterback. So I get that why they went out and won yesterday. I get it. Jackson Dog said, "Oh hell no," and went out and won. Cause now they got the #2 pick. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm going to have to find that. See, can you find him and Robin help me out? I'm going to have to get off. Wow. That's breaking news. Wow. That's how we all feel. Nah, I ain't seen what Shedeur could do. That's how we all feel. Oh. Y'all want to send Shedeur something? He posted this on Instagram. There it is right there. Yeah, he is on tour. Them team that needed a quarterback and then draft him. They're crazy. That's crazy. Steelers needed a quarterback. Raiders needed a quarterback. Tennessee needed a quarterback. Outplayed Cam Ward. Beat Aaron Rodgers. Beat Geno Smith. If he would have played against the Jets, he probably would have beat them too. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share it. Tell your friend about the Money Man. You already know. Let me get on here. How about that thing? Appreciate y'all.
They ain't doubt the talent, they fear the outcome. They greased the stairs, told me climb anyway. To the crown of the room, then said on your place. Film scream MVP, but they mute the sound. Bury truth in the dirt, let the lies do round. Draft night felt like a courtroom rig. Evidence clear, but the verdict fixed. Handshake snakes with a smile so wide. Crossed out my name with a permanent line. They scared of a king who can't be controlled. So they sell fake fear like truth got sold. Trying to break my spine before I touch the throne. But pressure only turn cold as stones.
Watch this.
They know.
Facts.
Facts! Woo! Riot lip, they cut the brakes on purpose. Woo! Turn the lane to a service. Woo! Fake stories, puppets and serpents. Woo! Buried alive, but the dirt was worthless. Who really pulled steer? Still come deep. Can't stop this. Still here. Still here. Still here. NFL pilots, first team reps locked behind steel doors. They feed me crumbs and ask why I want more. Death chart like a graveyard shit. They bury talent, promote relationships. Coach cold shoulder like I'm bad for the brand. But I read defenses like God's own plan. They want silence, obedience, smile and wait. But I throw truth deep, can't check down fake. Trolls bark loud from a Wi-Fi cage. Throw rocks at a lion still in his cage. They pray I crack, they bet I fall. But I've been trained in the fight since before the call. Talk heavy, read that, cold blood. Even harder, they've been cutting the power. Every minute, every hour. Trying to kill a seed, a forward flower. But I grew teeth in the dirt. Divorce. Impossible. Impossible. They tried to drown me. Forgot I was the way. Tried to bury me. Forgot I was the grave. You can't sabotage destiny. I came back different, eyes like war, smile gone mercy, left at the door. They tried to erase me like chalk and rain, but legends get carved, they don't wash away. From backup plans to the main event, they try to stall time, God his sin. Every lie they told built my skin. Now I'm bulletproof where they ain't within. They wanted obedience, I wanted truth. Now the whole damn league gotta watch me move. Turn sabotage into gasoline, lit the match, now I haunt they dream.